Beats Planet.
Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Where's my button? Hold on, wait. Here we go. Shouts out to the Blue Flame. Shouts out to all the essential workers at the Blue Flame. Everybody over there. Now listen, I am incredibly phony. Y'all know how this process goes, okay? When we get a Cowboy W, I will sit on this mug through the entire second slate of games celebrating my Cowboy W. But after a loss, you'd be lucky if you get 30. Man, this is just, it is what it is. You'd be lucky if you get 30. So today we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know what we about to talk about. We lose in overtime at the very, very, very end versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now I got 6 people on the phone right now, and I'm thinking about cutting that off at 10. You understand what I'm saying? So the next 4 or so people, go ahead, get your spot in line and hang in there. Then I'm gonna lock the phone. Cause like I said, this won't be long, but I will at least give you my thoughts on the game. Now, the one thing that I'm not gonna do, right? Because I think this is where we get in tricky territory here, and it could possibly, ruin my show, in which I wouldn't dare put, the integrity and the fantasticness of my show on the line to be arguing with y'all. I am Legend Monsters. You know what I'm saying? I know that what typically happens in Cowboy Nation, specifically with Cowboy fans, I don't think I'm gonna be arguing with Eagles fans here. I don't want to argue with Jags fans here. They can do whatever it is that they like. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze it, no problem. Do your thing. But the one thing that's going to confuse me, because I know what's going to happen, because I just know the fan base in which I come from. I know Cowboy fans are going to look at the last drive after the Cowboys had put 30, let me get my exact number here. The Cowboys had put 34 points on the board at the end of the game in a very fantastic fashion, right? I was like, oh shit, right? And look, the rest of the game wasn't perfect. But the one thing that I know people are going to do is people are going to look at the last play where Dak threw the ball to Noah Brown. The ball hits Noah Brown, and it bounced off of Noah Brown and hit somebody else. People are going to somehow call Dak a choke artist.
The conference has been locked.
They're going to say, oh, well, Dak is trash. They're going to say Dak is XYZ. And I don't even think I'll be arguing with those people neither, because what else can you say about a person like that? What else can you say about the people? Like, oh, Voch finna come in here and make all these excuses about Dak. I feel you. And to be fair, like I said in my live show, there's a difference between I can criticize Dak and that last interception is Dak's fault, right? There's a big difference. And I know a lot of people come to me because they want to see the doom and gloom behavior. They want to see me break furniture and things of that nature. I'm not the YouTuber to break furniture. That ain't never me. The phones are muted, my bad. There we go. I'm not YouTuber that breaks furniture or anything like that. I'm not that guy. But what I will say is these goofy little reverses are a problem. I will say at the end of the game, the defense has made a stop. You're winning. You run the ball first and second down, the deep ball up the left sideline, trying to get a PI or whatever like that. That can't happen. Your defense giving up 40 points cannot happen. I don't care what phase of football you playing in, right? And I understand that a lot of that, like most of those 40 points came from the last pick six or whatever. So I ain't even gonna count those 40 points, but your defense giving up 34 points. Right? If we're gonna be a team that's built in this fashion to, all right, well, we're going to play top tier defense because we want the offense to lean on us, then 34 points is too much to be given up. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one thing that needs to be fixed between now and then. What I always talk about is the two biggest impediments to this Cowboy defense. It's always two things. It's run game and deep ball versus cornerback two. I think the run game was relatively fine today. When teams run the ball versus Cowboys, I mean, yeah, they're always going to have their moments. They're going to have their big plays, but just making plays versus cornerback two has been a horrific spot for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me type something in real quick. Cowboy, because y'all remember this the one character last week for the Texans. They ended up having like 10 catches and 100 yards or something like that. Like Zay Jones did that this week. Let me pull up his exact numbers. Zay Jones did that shit last week. I forgot the kid from the Texas or whatever. No, CeeDee Lamb had a great day. Jaguars. Let's see. Zay Jones was 6 for 109 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fuck, man. Bro. You can't have that. You can't have that, man. So, Christian Kirk got his 92 yards or whatever, but I feel like Deron Bland had done a solid job against him when he was lined up in the slot. Evan Ingram caught 8 passes for 62 yards, but it's like every time there was a big play, it was Zay Jones, bro. Every time it was a big play, it was Zay Jones, and it was mostly versus cornerback too. Whether it be Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright got a little bit. So in my mind, moving forward, like, what's going to be the conversation that we have about this? Well, there could be a conversation of should Deron Bland be the full-time outside guy, right? Should he be full-time cornerback too? And then we find somebody else to come play nickel, Mackenzie Alexander possibly. But it's not really the run plays that kill you. ETN had 100 yards on 19 carries, and that's not good. But I don't think ETN killed you. Zay Jones and his 3 touchdowns and his 109 yards totally killed you. So I think that's one thing that, we need to be looking forward to like fixing or whatever, right? And I just think overall, like, Dak had a couple mistakes here that was, kind of weird. I don't even count that last play versus Noah Brown. Like, Dak has a couple interceptions that have bounced off Noah Brown's hands, man. And look, to be fair, if that was CeeDee Lamb, does that, I mean, not CeeDee Lamb. Well, shit, if it was CeeDee Lamb, but if that was T.Y. Hilton or something, does that bounce off his hands? You know what I mean? I think I'm still kind of out on the whole Beckham thing. I ain't really, here for that. But T.Y. Hilton is definitely on this team right now. He's definitely a dude that would be playing in place of Noah Brown, in my personal opinion. So if Dak Prescott hits Noah Brown in the chest, does that bounce off his chest into the hands of the defense? And I don't think so. I think T.Y. Hilton probably got better hands, probably got more secure hands. So T.Y. wasn't ready to play this week, but I don't foresee there being a time in this world where Noah Brown runs back out there next week when there's a T.Y. Hilton on this team. So I just don't see that being a thing. Noah Brown had a touchdown. Yes, I understand Noah Brown had a touchdown for sure. I'm not saying that Noah Brown had a horrific day. You know what I'm saying? But I do think there are a couple of times where Noah Brown's hands have cost you in this way. Yeah, Noah Brown 6 catches for 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sure, Noah Brown got 2 touchdowns, but the bouncing off the hands, the Dak getting the ball to you and then bouncing off your hands, that was problematic. The first turnover that kind of started that big momentum shift when Dak Prescott was he got his hand hit and he was getting sacked or whatever, he was getting dragged down to the ground. I don't need Dak to make big plays there. You know what I'm saying? I don't need Dak to try to play hero ball right there. I just need Dak to either get rid of the football or get sacked and live to fight another day. What we have to ask ourselves is it going to be a conversation about, well, I want Dak to live another day because our defense is elite. Well, shit. You know what I mean? Now we got to have that conversation because they're giving up, 34 points versus the Jags. And the Jags are in a terrible offense. You know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence is in a very hot spot right now. with his play at this time of year. So shouts out to him. But man, 34 points on this defense that we think very highly of, I think is a bunch. I think another problem that we're having, maybe a reason why we're giving up so many points, or we haven't been as good. And this is another Dan Quinn thing, right? I've been saying Dan's name a bunch, just in terms of, making adjustments, or why are we letting cornerback twos get off? If Trey's going to be should we put Trey on an island and shift the rest of the defense to the other side to possibly help cornerback two if they're going to constantly attack cornerback two? These are Dan Quinn questions that I have for him. But the Dan Quinn question that I have for him today is we're clearly not getting pressure with 4 rushers. We're not getting pressure with 4 rushers. Whether they're getting rid of the ball quickly, whether they're checking down, whether they're getting help, I understand. But once upon a time, no matter how fast they was getting rid of the ball, 2.5 seconds, no matter what it was, we used to get pressure with 4. We are no longer getting pressure with 4. So I need Dan Quinn to watch this film, figure it out. All right, cool. If we're not getting pressure with 4, where can I bring an extra guy to kind of deal with that? We just can't let quarterbacks sit up and just throw passes against us. Davis Mills did that. Trevor Lawrence did that. It wasn't pretty looking, right? So if that's going to be the case, we just can't live in this world where. And look, this is really like results based, right? We can't live in this world where the offense puts up 34 points, but we also give up 34 points, because that's the old Cowboy football, right? Remember the Romo games? And a lot of people ended up hating Romo for this. And it's interesting that people love Romo now that he's not playing. But Romo used to go out and put up yards, score, put up yards, score, big plays, score. And Antonio score 35 points, but the other team will score 38 points, will lose. And they'll somehow blame that shit on Tony. You know what I mean? I don't want the Cowboys to get back into that realm, to get back into that play of football. I think where we were playing football at first, the idea that if you can't score 7, if you don't score, if your defense, if your offense is held to 17 points, because that's what our defense was doing. If your offense, is held to 17 points, then you lose. I would love to get our defense back into that realm, back into that style of football, to where the margin for error is so much less for our offense. And I like what we're doing on offense, right? But in my mind, with this defense that we got, the defensive talent that we got, and the reputation that this defense have, if we put up 34 points, it should be a W. It should be a W. In my mind, if we put up 34 points, it should be a blowout. But that ain't what happened today. You know what I'm saying? Defense put up 34, and Cowboys at the end of the game, got a little picky pick, and that ends up to a picky 60-60. So, hey man, that's just where we at. That's where we at. And it don't get no easier, because we got Philly next week, and then we have the Tennessee Titans next week, and Tannehill hurt right now. I'm just looking up at the Titans game right now. Tannehill hurt, but it ain't the Tannehill that I'm worried about this team for. It's the physicality. It's their defense. It's the run game. It's things like that that'll be a test for this Cowboy team. So Philly, Titans, Washington Football Wizards are going to be playing for something. Then it's going to be playoffs, man. So ain't gonna be no more easy. You know what I mean? It's not going to be any more easy matches from here on out. You know what I mean? We have to take advantage of but we have to clean up the cornerback 2 situation, and we just got to keep building on that run game stuff. So that's where we at. That's my explanation. I know there's going to be some people that say, well, Voch, what you think about Dak? You think Dak is bad? No, I don't think Dak is bad. I don't think Dak is bad. Let's see where Dak was. CeeDee Lamb had a great day. Where's my mouse? Here we go. Dak was 23 for 30, 250 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He got 2 interceptions, but I don't blame him for that last one. I will at least blame Dak for that first one. Dak could just take the sack right there. And he was just being aggressive. I don't mind that. But pardon me. I do blame Dak for the first one. I don't blame Dak for the second one. He's being extra, hero ball-y guy. I would rather Dak just, take the sack and live to fight another day on offense, but that ends up being a turnover. It puts the defense in a weird little situation there. I think defense ends up getting the ball back or something. I don't know, but that pick had like a whole momentum thing going on. It was like Kelvin Joseph, big play touchdown. Dak Prescott pick, another fucking Kelvin Joseph play. Like that little stretch in the game, like that made the game for you. So yeah, we can't have that Dak pick, but that second pick, we can't miss passes when they, hit you in the chest, hit you in the hands. Can't have them. Tony Pollard was 19 for 75. Zeke was 16 for 58. We ran the ball, we handed the ball off. Like we got busy in the run game. Tony got a bunch of carries. You'd almost think Tony was a starting running back. Couldn't finish. CeeDee Lamb had 7 catches for 123 yards. He's putting together a good end of the season resume. Somebody in the chat said he went over 1,000 yards, something like that today. So that's fantastic for him. The linebacker situation is a problem. Anthony Barr is just blatantly less athletic than some people. And if he's going to be out there like as a Sam linebacker, just as a pass rushy type dude, then fine, I could live in the world with Anthony Barr. But if there's a way where Anthony Barr can get matched up on running backs and wide receivers and shit like that, Anthony Barr does not have the athleticism to fight himself out of that box. Deron Bland played a fine game. Nashawn Wright got some tackles, but I don't want Nashawn in the game for real. But there we go, chat. There's my explanation. Micah Parsons had a sack very early in the game, but Micah didn't really get any sacks after that. So of course we'll be breaking that down on the Patreon this week, just to give y'all to give y'all an answer for that. All right, because I know y'all gonna be looking for answers for that. So here we go. Hey, actually, we can go straight into the phones. Football Philosopher says, why no Dan Quinn criticism? I criticized Dan twice so far. I criticized Dan 3 times, actually. Using digs, pass rush. I think I said something about big plays too. Yeah, I have 100% criticized Dan Quinn. So it is what it is. Oh, not me? Okay, cool. Never mind. Let's get to the phones then. Because this show ain't going to be... Look, I'm phony as hell. This show ain't finna be long. Set it off, Chris. What's up, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Man, trying to make sense of it all in the midst of this madness. I might not even go live the rest of the week. I'm lying. I'm going live. But, just trying to make it make sense. What you got for me?
Hey, man, this is the essence of, when your booty cheeks get tight in a game and you just don't finish. The defense saved you with the fumble of Trevor Lawrence under 2 minutes.
For sure.
You just got to get a first down.
Yep.
You get a first down, the game is over. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, you just got to be it. I hate to give your counterpart on the volume. Shouts out to the volume. Any kind of love on this, but I'm gonna put this one on Mike McCarthy. You got to make him burn that last time out.
Yeah.
The 3rd and 10 pass down the sideline, trying to get a PI with Noah Brown, not smart football. You run the ball inside, make Jacksonville call the timeout, and you kick it away. If you're not going, you're already at 3rd and 10, so you ain't got a big play you can make for 10 yards. You haven't been able to do that because they've been double covering CD all game,
right?
Especially in those type of situations, because it's either CD or nothing right now,
right?
And you turn around and put yourself in a bad situation. You don't make a burn the timeout. They come back. Evan Ingram makes an amazing effort play, gets out of bounds, and they get inside to kick the field goal. Yeah. But if you go ahead and make them burn that final timeout, you don't have that opportunity for them to come back.
Right.
A lot of questions going to be had. Put the blame on Dan Quinn, but I'll put this one on Mike McCarthy. I'll put this one on Kellen. You're going to break it down in film this week.
Sure.
They ran the triple 3 wide outs to the right or to the left all game long. Mm-hmm. They never threw one smoke screen out there to make them play it honest.
Right.
After a while, they knew they weren't going to throw it out there.
Right.
So they just packed the box. So, these are the kind of mistakes that you can't make. And you made this to the point you're going to fight. You want to fight all the way to the end. I expected Jacksonville to play tough. Right. I expected them. They got enough talent over there. And when you go and do your offensive line breakdown on the Patreon, giving all the shout-outs to everything you do so well, man, you're going to see how bad this offensive line has struggled. Sure. And if I'm Terrence Steele's agent, I'm walking in there right now. Show me the money.
Chest out.
Because we got a problem. We got a big problem at right tackle.
Yeah. Fair enough. Appreciate it. Set it off, Chris. Good call, brother.
Hey, man, no problem, bro. I'm going to continue to listen, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Salute.
Now, I try not to make bold proclamations about the offensive line before I watch the film, because like in passing, it can be different than on the film. You know what I'm saying? Than actually what you get from film. But just based on my eye, and like I said, don't even put this as like in stone or nothing like that, because like I said, I don't know. Shit, just let me watch film and I'll see. But I feel like Tyron Smith played much better than Jason Peters. But I think Jason Peters played a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I think Jason Peters played a lot more. So I think when I did see some nonsense happening, it was like Josh Allen versus Jason Peters. I could be wrong. Like I said, give me an opportunity to watch the film and like really like clean this up and figure out what like what was going on here. But yeah, just based on what I seen, I think the offensive line did fine in the run blocking department, because when we were running the ball, we were fine. But allow me to look at the pass blocking, and we'll cross that road whenever we get there. Good call though. Let's go. Let's get Jay Money on the phone. What up, Jay Money?
What's up, man?
Cool and big dog. What you got for the show?
Nah, man, I ain't respect, bro. Respect, bro. That was a good game.
For sure.
It was a good game. I just feel like, that little shotgun run from right to left be a little tough now. I don't know why we keep doing that, but other than that, it was a good game. Defense short-handed, so we can't fault Dan Quinn much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We out there with third and fourth cornerback.
Yeah.
Lost catch him, Leighton Vander Esch. We lost a lot of people, so
right.
Hankins ain't there, but we still fought. I don't think this gonna hurt us too bad. What you think? I want to ask you a question, too.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What would you have done when we got that turnover from Lawrence? What would you have done? Would you have ran the ball full straight time, try to eat up some clock, or would you have been aggressive?
I wouldn't have run the ball 4 straight times, because that'll be turnover on downs. That'll be turnover on downs.
You know what I mean? Like, make them take time out. Not straight, not
yeah, I got you.
If we would have got, I think we could have snuck out a first down out of that, though.
So if I was in the third down situation that Kellen Moore was in, is what you're asking probably. If I was in that situation, right. I wouldn't have thrown the ball deep on third and long. If it was like 3rd and 10, I wouldn't have thrown the ball deep. I would make them decide if they wanted to burn a timeout or if they wanted to burn 55 seconds or whatever. So in my mind, I would have just ran the ball the third time, and that would have gone from like what, 1:10 to like 40 seconds. I would have made them drive 40 seconds. So that's just me though.
I respect. I like that. I'm not mad at the game. That was a good fought game. Them boys, you know how everybody come play Dallas, man. That's their Super Bowl. Them boys gonna have probably 7 wins all year, and they felt like they did something that game. So that's great.
Well, they got 7 wins right now. They got 7 wins right now because of us. So you know how that go. Appreciate it, Jay Money. Good call.
Yeah, cool though. That part.
Yeah, man. I definitely wouldn't have just thrown the ball deep on third and 10, man. You just run the ball, kill that clock, man. Run the ball, kill that clock. But hey, I would say Mike McCarthy would learn from this, but fuck, man, you've been in the league for what, 50 years now, 40 years. Mike should know better. But here we go. Germ the Worm, what's up, sir?
Hey, what's up, Voch? I just can't believe my eyes, man.
For sure.
I honestly thought Kelvin was going to be a whole lot better, even a step up.
Yeah.
I had high hopes when we drafted him, but Kelvin Joseph's game today kind of reminded me of Anthony Brown's game against the Raiders last year.
Sure.
And that's and LVE going out is going to show you, or not you, Voch, but it's going to show people how much we really need LVE in the run game.
Yeah.
This shit was disappointing as fuck. But, Voch, what do you think? Like, do you feel like this is going to be a repeat of last year? Like, we look good, we're rolling good, got a good defense? Nah,
man, we just lost the game and we just made some mistakes, bro. You know what I mean? And I think if we clean up those mistakes, we just play better football. So, do I think this is a long-term indictment of who we are? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We'll be all right. But if it is, I mean, we got a couple games to fix it. We got 3 games to fix it? Eagles, Titans, Commanders. Yep, we got 3. Oh, pardon me, Wizards. I ain't mean to call them Commanders. Watch football Wizards. Yeah, we got 3 weeks to get over ourselves. So, we'll be all right.
Yeah, and this O-line shaky as fuck. the pocket collapsing, all the sacks. Like,
Yep.
I'm nervous for Dak right now. Like, can we even keep him up? Like,
Yeah.
he's over here busting ass. Shit's crazy. Man.
For sure. Appreciate you, Jerm the Word.
I appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, I see some people in the chat saying that we were due for a loss and things like that. I don't know if I necessarily subscribe to that, but if you're of the belief that teams are due for a loss, hey man, you know, we've been playing close games like that for the past couple weeks now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we're due for losses, but you know, if to take your point for a quick second, right, just to be devil's advocate or whatever, I do think there's something to the idea that, all right, y'all, the Texans played us very, very hard. We're down by the Texans. If you win on that game-winning drive, all those bad feelings about you almost losing to the Texans go away because you beat the Texans, right? So it may not sting that much at practice that week or something like that. But if you almost lose to the Jags and then you lose to the Jags, that's going to last longer because there was no win at the end. You know what I mean? So if you do believe in that type of theory that, oh, well, yeah, we'll learn something from this loss, then this will be the loss that you run with that. JR, what's up?
I don't know what to tell you.
What's good, bro?
It's a game of inches.
For sure.
And either we're going to heal together as a team, as a chat, as a Voch Nation, as a volume, shout out, or we're going to die inch by inch, play by play. We're in hell, ladies and gentlemen. We're in hell. And we have to claw our way back with your fingernails, foot on inch. 1/2 a second, too fast, too slow. You don't quite catch it. The 6 inches right in front of your face. Voch, you got to look across the screen and find someone who will be willing to fight and die for that inch. Now, I can't do it for you.
I'm not down on football.
I wish they would have played that. I wish they would have played that Voch. I wish they would have played that when they went down and they got, we was down and then we came back up. I wish they would have played that. Because, see, Dak needs to look over across the field from somebody and see someone who'll be willing to fight and die for that inch. And he looked and he saw Noah Brown. And Noah Brown wasn't willing to die and fight for that inch. I can't get mad at him. I can't get upset, you know. But, ladies and gentlemen, we saw Kelvin Joseph get benched for Nation Wright.
Yes.
The day of reckoning is coming. Okay. We also saw Deron Bland continue to emerge as a player on this team. We had injuries, ladies and gentlemen. We had people hurt. Okay. And we fought as hard as we could. We just came up a little bit short. I don't want you to get discouraged. We got a short week. And we got to get on that field, and we got to face the #1 team in the NFC who have been mocking us all week. The media going to eat us alive this week. And what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Whatever we do this week is going to determine who we're going to be moving forward. We're going to sit down and cry that, oh, this person is hurt, or we're going to continue to be corner number 2, giving up a deep ball because I'm going up and I'm not athletic and I got piss running down my leg. All right, what are we going to do? Whatever we do this week, and our comeback or our failure this week is going to determine who we are moving forward into these playoffs. And I tell you what, this is what I believe, Voch.
In closing.
I believe this with all my heart. Woo! I put all the blue chew I could have ever had on the line for this. I believe in number 4. I believe in number 11. I believe in number 88. I got doggone show believe in number 90. That these men are going to look those people in the eye. They're going to look them in the eye on that plane. They're going to look them in the eye in a meeting. They're going to pull on the tape, and they're going to hold each other accountable and say, this is who we are, and we got to get better. And you know what? They're going to get better. And we're going to bring it to Philly. next Saturday in AT&T Stadium. Voch, I ain't got no blue chew party. I'm upset, but that's all right. We going in the next week. Eagles, we'll see you this Saturday.
Appreciate it, JR. Good call, man. Good call. Let me tell you what I don't like about Any Given Sunday. No word call. We lost. Any Given Sunday in terms, like, its writing, its archetypes, its characters, plot, all fantastic. Cinematography on Any Given Sunday and the general, like, music production of it, horrific. Like, I love the idea of the Willie Beeman character, or the old running back character, or fastest running back in the league character, or the Lawrence Taylor character, but dog, like, somebody get tackled and the camera pans out to the stadium and the stadium swirls like, whoa! some DMX song comes on, you know what I mean, during the a fourth quarter comeback or some shit. The movie had its problems. But I like the writing. I like the characters. Yeah, he had a lot to say though. Dave from New York, what's up?
Cowboys 6 Lombardi. Voch. What's good?
What's good, player? Holding it down for the Doshki Woshki. What you got for the show today?
Look, man, I a few weeks that, we're playing down to our competition. We feel like we have that light switch that we can turn it on, and then we be good. I don't like the fact that we do that often.
Right.
We've been doing it this season, and Kellen, he may have went into his bag a little bit, but just the fact that I don't even go to say that the game is called terrible, and that's just the plays that they decided to run. Mm-hmm. I want to, even though you're gonna look at the film later, you may see something different.
Right.
I didn't see Dak really under a lot of pressure.
Okay.
So he didn't have a whole lot of time, but I don't think he was under immense pressure. So he was able to do what he did. So it just all comes to the point that we didn't do what we needed to do. We played down to the Jaguars, we played down to the Texans, and then this is not playoff football. This is not how the Cowboy way to play. So in turn, we got to go into and fix all this.
Yep.
And of course, we're gonna beat the Virtual of the Eagles, but them Chargers.
Yep. Your phone kind of going out a little bit, Dave, so I'm going to go ahead and get you up out of here, but I appreciate you, man. Good call. Appreciate you, Dave. We'll be all right. I don't know if this was a play down to your competition thing. I don't know if that's what this was. What's up, Dan?
What's up, Voch? How are you, man?
Everything, brother. What you got for the show?
Nothing much. I just want to do a couple things. That quarterback position's a problem, right? And I think going into the playoffs, they're going to need to figure out something to fix that. I don't think people realize how big Anthony Brown going down actually is. And this kind of shows it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know if something's up with Micah Parsons, but the last 3 weeks he hasn't popped off the screen like he was in the beginning of the year. I don't know if he's hurt. Was there anything like? Is there anything going on with him?
Well, Micah's definitely hurt. Micah's been hurt for like 6 weeks, but he's out there. He's still Micah. So if he's going to be out there, then we need to be getting some kind of pressure. If he's not out there, then Dante Fowler needs to be out there.
Because that the pressure is just not the same.
Right.
It's the last 3 weeks has been it's a different defense. It looks like
right.
The pass rush, everything. So they're gonna need to figure it out, whether they're sending Wilson a little bit more in the blitz or whatever it is. But it doesn't look like Mike is popping. I don't know if you see what I'm seeing, but like he doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Probably so. But at the end of the day, though, you know, we need those plays. Like, we need those plays. Like, if he's gonna, you know, if he's gonna play through injury, we need to see production. You know what I mean? D-Law got 2 feet and a knee messed up. We still kind of see him make his plays. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you know, we'll see what happens.
We needed him to come through on that last drive where Trevor Lawrence, you know, went downfield. Like I was waiting for Micah to get that big sack. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. Like I said, we talk about Dak. I mean, whatever. I mean, you know, I know we don't see eye to eye on Dak, but regardless, the identity and the reason why this team will win a championship is because of the run game and the defense. Mm-hmm. And if Micah Parsons isn't going to be what he was or what he's, you know, what he could play up to,
sure,
I think we're going to have trouble, especially with Anthony Brown out. Honestly.
All right. Appreciate you, Dan. Good call, man.
Absolutely.
We don't know the impact of Anthony Brown being out. Now, I will say, you know, Anthony Brown will have his big play games also, but at some point, right? At some point, I don't think it's about just simply losing the matchup. I think it's that the opposing offense, like, just openly wants to attack that side. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily about the result of Anthony Brown and Kelvin Joseph. It's the idea that they're going to constantly attack that side and not attack Diggs' side. So in my mind, what I want from Dan Quinn is if they're not going to attack Diggs' side, then we need to apply some help to the opposite side. See, in my mind, that makes sense here. But I don't know. Maybe there's a big picture scheme thing that's going on that's making it to where we can't help the cornerback 2 on the cornerback 2 side. So I don't know. Two more callers. Let's get Danny on the line and see what he's talking about. What's up, Danny?
Good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon.
What up?
Just a couple quick questions, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it everybody has their coming out game against Dallas? We made Trevor Lawrence look like Peyton Manning today. Now, I just got to ask you a question. Besides NTN, what was the total rushing that we allowed today against the Jaguars? What did they rush for as a team?
Let's see. 52, 21, that's 73. 73 plus 13 is 90. So they rushed for 93 yards without ETN.
Without him?
Yep. Jamal Agnew was
almost 200 yards.
That's almost 200 yards. Agnew was 3 for 52.
Almost 200 yards. Okay.
All right. I'll just let you finish.
We can take this back. This game wasn't lost today. This game was lost last year. It was lost off season. It was lost draft. Why do we only draft linebackers with neck problems? You know, the one caller earlier talked about injuries. Didn't the Jags lose both their tackles in today's game? This defense has simply worn down. We're not getting, you said it earlier, we're not getting pressure. Now, I could be mistaken. Besides Micah's sack, did we have any other sacks today at all or no?
I mean, you want me to answer or you?
Yeah, no, I want you to answer because I don't know.
I think Micah was the only one that got the sack. I think there were some guys that were close, but yeah, Micah had the only sack on the day.
But like for the last 4 or 5 weeks, we haven't been getting pressure to the quarterback. Tyler Smith is not the left tackle of the future. You said it. He could be an all-pro gangster guard. He's not the left tackle of the future. Listen, I just don't anyone put this on Kellen. You know what I'm trying to say? But we just keep making excuses. What did this defense do to get better? To stop the run? Let go of Ridgeway. Never signed Linvon Joseph. Never signed Sue. But now we want to sign Odell Beckham. I guess he's going to play middle linebacker or defensive tackle. It's the same thing over and over. This goes back to last year. 200 yards versus the Jaguars. And then, like you said, we make Lawrence look like Peyton Manning. You know, and now they're going to pick, you know, Kelvin Joseph gets benched for right. So I don't know what's the answer. Send more pressure? I don't know what the answer is, but I don't think next week's game even matters. Even if we beat Philly, they have us on record. They're going to win the division. Derrick Henry's going to rush for like 300 yards against us. So, pray for everyone to get healthy, I guess. Hope, pray for E's neck, he's not that too banged up, but this game was not lost today. And you can't put this game. The only play I'll put on Kellen Moore is, like you said earlier, you make them use, and one other caller said, you make them use that the third overtime, not the third overtime, timeout. You don't throw that deep pass for Noah Brown. Yeah. I'll put that on Kellen. Besides that, you got to start talking Dan Quinn. I'm just frustrated and I'm out. I'm sorry, Roger.
Nah, Danny, you good, man. We're basically we're basically in the same boat for what we've been saying for the most part. We're not getting pressure with 4. Micah's not winning his one-on-ones. I mean, even when he wasn't getting chipped, he wasn't winning his one-on-ones. I'm not ready to make a bold proclamation about what the O-line did yet. Let me watch the film, and I can definitely get back to y'all on that. And besides the deep ball on the 3rd and 10 and a couple of weird handoff decisions or whatever, I don't think Kellen Moore played a bad game for you. I do put this on defense more than anything. So we agree. Appreciate you, Danny.
All right, gotcha.
Yep. Even though I feel like we had a bad day on defense in terms of running the football, like they almost ran for 200 yards a day, I still feel like we live in a world. Who was that called the ball? Russell Gage. I still feel like we live in a world where the run's not killing you. You understand what I'm saying? Like the run game is bad. They can. Like they got their 100 and whatever yards, but I don't think the run game is killing you. It's the deep pass. It's not just the deep passes, right? But it's just attacking cornerback 2. Attacking cornerback 2 always ends up being a result that get people up out of here. It ain't the run game. ETN got 100 yards. Everybody else got 100 yards respectively. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But you see Zay Jones and his 3 touchdowns. It's the big plays. It's the chunk plays. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see. ETN got 100 some odd yards, but it was on 19 carries. You know what I mean? So if you trying to kill me slowly with the 19 carries as a defense, I feel like they can work themselves out of that box. Zay Jones only got 6 catches. To get 109 yards and 3 touchdowns on 6 catches, that's what's killing you. That's what's killing you. But that's only my personal opinion. And look, man, the Cowboys had the opportunity to win this game a couple times. Cowboys could have won this game 4 times, but you know how it go. Like one time you was up by 17. The next time the Cowboys going to clutch little drive and the defense got to get a score and they kind of don't. And then the defense actually gets you a stop. And we got to run the clock out, and we don't. And then it's the game at the end. We get to stop on defense, get the ball back to the offense, and the ball bounced off Noah Brown's chest. So we had a couple opportunities to get it done. We had a couple opportunities to get it done. Voch, that's over 5 yards per carry. 5 yards per carry is killer. Well, I understand. Who is this, Kyle? I understand, Kyle. And I'm not saying that 5 yards per carry is good. I'm not saying Travis Etienne getting 103 yards is good. What I'm saying is it took Travis Etienne 19 carries to get that 103 yards. That's impactful. But Travis Etienne getting 5 yards don't kill you. Now, if Travis Etienne got the ball and there was no mix-up or nothing and he got 5 yards to carry and that fucker getting first down on two carries, fine, that's killing you. But Travis Etienne averaging 5.4 yards doesn't kill you because that's 19 carries that he does that over. Zay Jones getting 6 catches and half of his 6 catches is touchdowns. And all them shits being 18.2 yards. That's what killed you. That's what killed you. You could survive the 19 carries. The six catches for 103 touchdowns, that's what killed you. That's my point, Kyle. Yes, they are productive on the ground, but it didn't kill you. Zay Jones killed you today. Just like Buddy last week with the Texans, whatever his name is, Chris, whatever his name is, that son of a bitch killed you. And a lot of that was done on cornerback too. So we got to figure that out. Good dialogue though. Appreciate you. And let's go 575. Last call for the day because we ain't gonna be here long. 575. What's up? Who this?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Voch. My name is Rocky. This is a first-time caller. This is my 4th season with you, and I just want to say real quick, since I'm the last caller, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time.
For sure.
I stand behind Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
That's my quarterback, no matter what. That's my guy.
Yep.
And I never anticipate an L, but I had a feeling we're going to lose one of these 3 AFC matches. Something in my gut just told me we were going to lose one of these games. And it's the Jags. It sucks, especially with that interception. But I hate Philly, Voch. I hate Philly so much, and I'm really hoping that this L puts a fire under us to go into Dallas and just beat the brakes off these guys. I really hope so.
Yeah. Yo, Rocky, fantastic, man. Fantastic, short and sweet, and I do agree with you. Just like I was saying with the other games, man, you can almost lose those games, but if you come back and you win, maybe it takes away a little bit of that urgency. But the fact that this is an actual loss, a game that you could have won 2 or 3 times, 4 times we said, this will probably light. I hope this lights something under the Cowboys games, and the next 7 games are all serious games. They're all serious games.
Sir.
So
yes, sir.
So we'll see. Go ahead.
I appreciate the time as well, Voch. I appreciate the time, and Cowboys Nation, keep your heads up. We're still rocking. It's still in our hands. Destiny is still in our hands.
Hey, appreciate you, Rocky. Next time you call in with no issue, I just put you down platinum. Appreciate you for yes, sir. Appreciate you for watching the show for 4 years. That's fantastic. Yo, look, chat, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's 51 minutes. Y'all wasn't even supposed to be getting this. You feel me? But I love y'all to pieces, man. I don't love all y'all. I love some of y'all. I love some of y'all. Like, I deal with a lot of y'all. Like, I tolerate a lot of y'all. I appreciate most of y'all for watching my show. I ain't gonna lie that. I appreciate most of y'all for watching the show because, volume like shit like that. YouTube like shit like that. But I love a hand select few of y'all. All right. So, hey, man, let's read some supers. I actually got to read supers before we get up out of here. And then I'm going to go eat because I ain't ate today. Let me see. We don't need you. We're going to move you. Let's go ahead and hit that button. Monetize. We're going to put you right there, and I don't want you to move. We're going to read you in no time. Stay right there. Then we're going to close that box out because we don't need it no more. We're going to pull up the volume side. We're going to maximize you too, and I want you to stay right there. I don't want you to move. Stay right there. Go ahead and refresh on you. We're going to go ahead and close Twitter. We don't need that neither. All right. All right. Boom, dum, dum. All right, here we go. Let's start with the volume side. Here we go. What's today? The 18th? Here we go. DJ's World. He was talking about Tyron next to Kratos. We talked about that. We talked about your Jalen joke that was funny as hell. Jalen be giving up first downs and celebrating. Yeah. Showtime says, what's your thoughts on Kellen Moore so far? Although he hates the run game, he is sticking to it. Kellen Moore did stick to the run game today. Tony had 19 carries. Zeke had about 15. We can't act like he wasn't running football. Guillotine says, did Kellen Moore get petty in the run game again? Yep, he ran his ass off. And then Showtime Drop 5 says, time for an emoji for Bland. I think we use salt shakers for Bland. I think so. Appreciate you though, Showtime. Josh Rander Drop 5 says, I feel like we win in spite of play calling, not because of it. We win in spite of play calling, not because of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Just look ugly to me late. I think when we lose it, looks a little worse, but I think play calling was fine. The deep pass is horrific. The reverses to Tony and CD make my ass itch. Everything else was fine. That's only like 3 plays. Everything else was fine. Guillotine dropped the deuce and says we could have had Asante Samuel instead of Kelvin Joseph. Yeah, but y'all know I don't do hindsight draft, man. Y'all know we don't do hindsight draft. We just did this the other day. We just had a little exercise. I just set people up. I was like, Zeke having a better year than Jalen Ramsey. I wasn't ready for that one. DJ's World dropped the dime and says Hankins hurt, boss man. We're not gonna say the D word, but boss man is playing horribly. 40-yard pass on 3rd and 1 makes me sick, of course. And Brown been making me sick for 2 years. All reasons we lost today, but if you look closely, there is a solution to everything, indubitably. This ain't a lack of talent issue. I don't think this is an issue of a lack of talent. This is a, small things beat you upside the head type of problem. Here we go. Let's move this over here, so I can keep my regular chat pulled up in case y'all say something crazy. I got to come in and smack one of y'all up. Here we go. All right, and let's see. And on the Lombardi side, let me just refresh it one more time just to make sure. On the Lombardi side, I think. All right, here we go. What's today? The 18th. Oh man, got a lot of supers here. Where was I when this shit was happening? Mr. Jab says, okay, we read that one. B Wee drop 5 and says, I'm ready for Micah to show out today. Kenny Lott says this passing offense will surprise people. He dropped a dime in the super chat. Appreciate you. B Wee says it's our defense's job to get the team rolling. The offense can burn, but it needs the defense to strike a match. I feel you, B Wee. Dropped a dime in the super chat. Appreciate you. Mr. Lee dropped a 5. Hit him with a little flight of the bumblebee. Mr. Lee dropped 5 and says for content king Voch. Appreciate you, sir. Means the world to me that you think that way. R.H. Lewis dropped 2 deuces and says Cowboys are a running team, and the other one says Cowboys are a running team. Appreciate you. Scott Mick dropped 3 5s. That's 15 altogether. He says give Schultz's bag to Pollard next season. He says how bad has Jabril Cox looked to the coaches not to beat out Anthony Barr? I think that'll be a conversation next week. Van Der Esch is hurt. Might be a thing. Scott Mick said, and I hope that's not a Lou Gifford thing. And Scott Mick, his 3rd 5 says, where has Gallup been all day? Non-existent. You know where he been. Mr. Lee says Micah set them up for a trap game. No, I don't think that's the case. Defense wasn't great, but yeah. Mr. Jab says Dak has more touchdowns than incompletions. Like today? How many incompletions you have today? I'll look into that. Appreciate it, Mr. Jab. Phantom Green dropped 5 and says, think they're going to talk about how the Texans versus Chiefs game is 16-14 in the 3rd quarter. Come on, man. You know they're going to talk about that. Devin Garcia, Duran makes your quarterback bland. Shouts out to Duran Bland. Played a pretty good game today. Timmy O drop 5 and says, love the content as always. Voch, how's that water taste? Ugh. Martise is delusional. CD Lamb is a beast. Man, CD had a game today, boy. CD Lamb ass had a game today, boy. Christian Garcia drop 5 says, at what point do you take out Joseph and put in another corner? Come on, Quinn. That shit happened expeditiously. He ain't fucking around with it. Jump. Skylander Gamer TV dropped a deuce and says, we have no excuses. Indubitably. Mr. Fab 99 dropped a 5 and says, I'm upset. I'm upset, but to say Dak ain't ever been good is crazy. Hey man, okay, he says, I'm upset right now, but to say that Dak has never been good is crazy. Hey man, you know how it go. Man, shut up. Drop the dime and says, for folks to say it's Dak's fault, have no idea about football. The coordinator didn't stay aggressive with the run, which leads to the pass, and they didn't see the Kelvin Joseph bad read first before the interception. Amen. Aaron E says, Kellen calling bad. Heard 5 kills this drive. Yeah, we read that one. We read that one. Zamel 31 dropped a deuce and says, if we run on third down, make them use the timeout, we win. That was another chance. That was another time we could have killed some more clock. They'd have got the ball like 40 some seconds. Who cares? It was probably more than 40 some seconds. Who cares? Drop 5 in the super chat and says, I know that look, Voch. Yeah, I read that one. I wasn't a little nervous. I wasn't nervous. I was frustrated. I was upset. I'm not even upset, but I was frustrated. Yeah, I was definitely frustrated. I was like, damn, dog. Why is XYZ happening when you can do? John Mayberry dropped 5 and says, +3 in turnover column, and because of a bipolar offense coordinator and quarterback, we win in overtime. We are a running football team, not getting anywhere throwing. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Plus, I mean, Josh and Pat throw the ball to the other team a lot too, but we ain't talking about that. Man, let Boss Man take his lumps now, but keep Nashawn off the field. Yeah, I'm not. Look, I ain't saying roll with Kelvin, but I ain't trying to roll with Nashawn. Like, I'm trying to skip over Nashawn and run to like Sheffield or something. See what we got from him. Mario Harris dropped a deuce. He didn't have a question. Appreciate you. And he came back and dropped a 5, and he didn't even have a question. He just wanted to support. Appreciate you. And Javino Primo dropped 5 and says, why are we running inside zone trips 12 times in a row? Why you think? That shit was working. God damn it. Skywalker dropped a deuce and says, at least Dallas didn't pull a Colts. It wasn't that bad, but shit, we had a pretty sizable lead. You know what I mean? But you know how it go. Hey, chat, love y'all to pieces, man. Love y'all to pieces. Y'all got a whole hour out of me, and it wasn't even supposed to be that. Hey, like I said, come see me tomorrow on the volume. Monday through probably Wednesday this week. We're probably gonna take Thursday off, just to get ready for the holiday. Me and Will still gonna break this thing down. Probably get a little bit of film out and move straight on to the Philly breakdown on Tuesday and Wednesday, just so we'll start our holiday on Thursday. Love y'all. Love you. Until next time, man, we'll sleep on this. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I ain't called Fusty King today, but we just had a round table, so we have not won a game. Look, we have not won a game after we have done a round table, so that is what that is. My thumbnail people bother the hell out of me because they know how to take a sad face that I did, plus a down face that Dak had, and boy, they know how to make a thumbnail, don't they? Fuck, we ain't raiding nobody. We lost. Peace, y'all. Not finna raid.